Now we are going to learn about kingdom Monera. So we know there are different kingdoms. At last the last session I told there are 6 kingdom of classification. So first kingdom, it is kingdom Monera. So what is meant by kingdom Monera? This kingdom Monera, which includes many organisms. These organisms are mostly they are prokaryotic. Prokaryotic means they don't have true nucleus. Nucleus without nuclear membrane or some organelles. Always inside the nucleus there is a nucleolus, chromatin fibers, all these are present. So nucleus will be, they don't have true nucleus. Okay, nucleus without nuclear membranes and cell organelles. They are known as prokaryotic. And also they are microscopic. They are very small. We cannot see with our naked eye. We have to use microscope to see such organisms. They are known as microscopic. Second one is most of the organisms comes under this group, Monera group. They are single celled. You know amoeba, it is amoeba, paramecium, euclid, all these are single cell, only one cell. So whichever organisms comes under this Monera group, they are with only one cell or single cell organisms. The second thing is they are in colonies. They are living in colonies, in groups. It's not like individuals, like they are living in groups or colonies, and they have trichomes. Trichome means nothing but it's a small hair-like growth, fine hair-like growth. You can tell it's a small outgrowth from the epidermis of the plant, or we can see in sometime in algae or in protista group or in lichens. In this all we can see this trichomes. It's small hair-like growth, outgrowth. They are from the epidermis. That is called trichomes. The next is they are non-cellulosic cell wall. So in the previous classes, in the smaller classes, you learned what is the difference between plant and animal cell. Always you will tell animal cell there is no cell wall, but plant cell has it has cell wall, right? The cell wall is made up of cellulose in the case of plant. But here, these Monera group, these organisms, they have cellulose. They have cell wall, but it is not made up of cellulose. So that is called non-cellulosic cell wall. The cell wall, they have cell wall, but it's not made up of cellulose like plants. Then it is made up of polysaccharides and amino acid. What it includes? The cell wall is made up of polysaccharides and amino acids. The next, there is one more group. It comes from this Monera, that is mycoplasma. That I will teach later. This mycoplasma. In this group, the cell wall is absent. Clear? So most of them have cell wall. It is not made up of cellulose. It is made up of polysaccharides and amino acids. But there is one group comes under this Monera. That is mycoplasma. I told I will teach later. This mycoplasma, in this group, cell wall is absent. Clear? One exceptional case. The next one is, which are the 4 groups comes under this Monera? Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Cyanobacteria and Mycoplasma. These are the 4 groups comes under Monera. So I repeat once more. Archaebacteria, then Eubacteria, Cyanobacteria and Mycoplasma. Clear? Then first one is Archaebacteria. So what is meant by this Archaebacteria? I told it comes under this Monera. These bacteria, I told they have a cell wall. Because of this cell wall, they have very rigid cell wall. So they can live in any extreme or harsh habitats. Okay, suppose you think there is no cell wall, that organism it may die. So here it's a protection for the organism. How the plant cells are protected by cell wall, same like here this bacteria, it is protected by cell wall. Okay, it's a protection for the bacteria. So they can live in any extreme or harsh habitats. Second, there are Archaebacteria. There are 3 groups. Halophiles, second thermoacidophiles, the next methanogens. Okay, these are the 3 groups of Archaebacteria. So which are the 3 groups of Archaebacteria? Halophiles, thermoacidophiles and methanogens. So these are the 3 groups of Archaebacteria. Second one we told Archaebacteria completed. Next is Eubacteria. Eu means always true bacteria. Second group it is Eubacteria. Eu means true. It is also known as true bacteria. Clear? So what are the specialties or characteristics of this bacteria? First one is it is also single celled. It's made up of only one cell. Single celled, and also they form colonies. They are living in groups. They form colonies or groups. Second one is they have very rigid cell wall. They have cell wall. It is very rigid. Okay, so they have very rigid cell wall. Then third point is some bacteria. If it is motile means they can move. If it is motile, they will have flagellas. You know, Euglena you learn with the flagellas. Okay, Paramecium you learn with the cilia. Euglena with the flagellas. Same like if it is motile, what they have? This bacteria, if it is motile in nature, they will have flagellas. It's like whip-like structures. Then next one is this eubacteria. Two bacteria. There are 4 different shapes. There are 4 different shapes of eubacteria: Coccus, Bacillus, Spirillum, Vibrio. How they got 4 different names based on their shape? I told always they are living in colonies or in groups. First one is Coccus. Coccus means it is spherical shape. You can see here it is spherical shape. Second one is Bacillus. Bacillus, you can see the diagram. It is a rod-like shape. Third one is Spirillum. Spirillum, you can see it is a spiral shape. The fourth one is Vibrio. Vibrio, it is comma shaped. So these are the 4 different shapes of the eubacteria. So based on the different shapes, we are giving them different names. Coccus, Bacillus, Spirillum, Vibrio. Coccus, it is spherical shape. You can see round or spherical shape. Bacillus, rod shape. Spirillum, spiral shape. Then Vibrio, it is comma shaped.